Nguyen. Andy Bui.
My name is Jim Porter, and I'm the chair of the Rhetoric Department. Welcome to commencement for the class of 2025 in the Rhetoric Department in the Department of Film and Media. Before we begin this event, I request that you please silence your cell phones, stay in your seats, and keep the aisles clear. There are 48 rhetoric majors and 155 film majors with us today, as well as 2 doctoral students in rhetoric. This is a very accomplished graduating class, and we are enormously proud of our students, who are also your students. But before we honor them, we wish to thank you, the friends, family, and other significant supporters of the students about to graduate today. First, for entrusting us with the task of educating them. Second, for supporting them in courses of study that do not always seem to have obvious practical applications. And third, for helping to shape them into fine, inquisitive, and adventurous individuals that they are. Thank you for sending us such excellent young scholars and for the sacrifices you have made along the way to help them reach this day. Let's honor them, the family and friends of our graduates, with an enthusiastic round of applause.
Hello, my name is Jacob Gabry, and I'm the faculty advisor for the undergraduate program in film and media. And it's my pleasure to introduce our student speakers for this evening. Our first speaker is Jenny V. Titi Nguyen.
Hi, everyone. I remember one of the first films I watched in a film class was Workers Leaving the Lumiere Factory. I think we can guess which film class I took. For those of you unfamiliar, it's around 40 seconds of, you guessed it, workers leaving the Lumiere Factory. As students of film and media, films such as these are important. Not only were they the first films, but also, for the first time, they added another dimension to the still image, time. We have gone beyond a frozen frame into a visualization of motion and time. Now, before I get too carried away, this is not a Film 10 lecture. We are graduating from the Film and Media department. In many ways, studying the one medium with such a complex relationship to time has made us more than film scholars. We are historians, inquisitors of culture, and time travelers, traveling through Soviet montage, French New Wave, pre-code Hollywood, and more. But today, and I'm sure throughout the past couple of weeks, we are reckoning with our own relationship to time. It's so funny how 3 hours in a film screening can seem so slow, yet the past 4 years have gone by so fast. So the question is, where do we go from here? The past 4 years of writing sequence analyses, late-night film shoots and editing sessions, even people asking you for your favorite film or your Letterboxd account when they find out you're a film major, all of this seems to have led up to this very day. Graduation can feel a little scary because we are leaving behind much of what we know. Over 20 years of being a student, having homework and readings and cramming for a test, a period of time that we have all called the future for so long, AKA graduation, is finally here. We tend to imagine our future and goals as a distant image, and after today, we will all have vastly different images of what we call the future. But I imagine, despite this, we are excited, a little nervous, and certainly unsure what the road to this future means for each of us. What I want to say to this is for us to think about how the very first films, including Workers Leaving the Lumiere Factory, captured time. A visualization of motion and time passing is created through capturing consecutive frames, consecutive frozen images. And in these frozen images, the subject is inching further and further along their path. Every frame, every fraction of a second is different than the previous. Think about the moment you read your acceptance letter to Berkeley, or the moment you attended a lecture and that 3-hour film screening you went to finally clicked, or the moment you realized you loved film so much you decided to pursue a degree studying it. These moments can feel instantaneous, but they do come from an accumulation of several moments of your life. Think about what led you to apply to Berkeley, or the film knowledge you had already accumulated before entering that lecture, or the first time you watched a film and enjoyed it, and watched another one, and another one. There will certainly be moments in our journeys where everything seems to be moving so fast, moments where you feel stagnant, moments of joy, anger, boredom, the list goes on. Yet, every single moment will push you towards your image of the future, whatever those aspirations are. We will always be in a different place than we were a second ago, or 2 seconds ago, or 3. And as we graduate and move forth to our next aspirations and hopes for the future, There will be times where we aren't really sure where we are going, or if we are on the right path to what we have hoped for. However, I know that despite all of this, we will always be moving forward, always working towards something. So celebrate each step that you take, every moment that you share with your friends and family, strangers, and all that's beyond. Every moment has led us up to this point. So congratulations to the class of 2025. Thank you.
Thank you, TT.
Alden Dickey. Sage Solomon. Fabiola Torres. Orestes Sophocleus. Cynthia Tang. Addison Lee. Jenny Nguyen.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in Rhetoric and Film and Media please rise? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the President and Chancellor, I grant you the degree of Bachelor of Arts. You may now move your tassels to the left.